broad stripes and bright stars through the nebulous light, o'er the ramparts we watched, burst of gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of the brave, home of the
grade point averages during their high school years. It gives me great pleasure to introduce to you Mary Clayton-Kastenholz, the salutatorian for the class of 2014. Mary is the daughter of Keith Clayton-Kastenholz and Louise Clayton-Kastenholz. Mary, we wish you well as you attend the University College London in the fall. Finally, the valedictorian of the graduating class of 2014 is Kalen Clifton. Kalen is the daughter of Vincent and Darlene Clifton. Kalen, we extend our good wishes to you as you attend the College of William and Mary in the fall. Mary and Kalen, we commend your academic pursuit, your many accomplishments, your leadership, your example, and your commitment to the highest standard of learning and academic integrity. Congratulations on a job well done. Each year, a committee of faculty members and students selects graduates as speakers during commencement. Please welcome our first speaker, Danya Hassan, with her speech entitled, How We'll Measure These Years.
Good evening, parents, teachers, classmates, school board members, and Dr. Constantino. It is a great honor to stand before you today representing the class of 2014. Now that we're finally sitting here, I would like to take the time to look back on the last 4 years and thank the ones that mean the most to us. Without them, we wouldn't be here today. They were the ones that worked hard to put food on the table. They provided comfort in our greatest moments of distress. They gave us hope when our worlds were falling apart. That's right, I'm talking about the good folks at Chick-fil-A on Moortown Road. Just kidding. I would like to thank the parents and especially my mom as well. My fellow students, although we arrived here only 4 short years ago, it's sadly time to leave. Yet at this memorable moment, we can't help but look back and ask ourselves, how will we measure these years? Initially, as freshmen, we measured our time in high school by counting down the days till homecoming and our first pep rally. When the transition finally came, we were no longer amateurs, but now sophisticated sophomores who thought they had it all figured out. That's when we began to measure our time in semesters, and soon enough we would be measuring it in years. But by the time junior year rolled around, we were ready to take over Warhill. We knew we were officially upperclassmen and our time would be here soon. And now here we are. It's finally over. We are no longer counting down in semesters or years, but rather embracing our accomplishments that have brought us here today. As I stand here, I know that I will measure my time in a rather different way. When I'm old and I think back to my memories of high school, I won't remember that bad hair day that I never had, but what I will remember are all the good times that I had with members of the class of 2014. Not only were my friendships with students memorable, but my ones with teachers were as well. For me, a certain individual at Warhill, Miss Stanley, was much more than a key club advisor. She was a teacher and a friend that motivated me to achieve all that I could throughout my years here at Warhill. Sometimes all we need is a little motivation to do big things. I hope that each and every one of you goes out into the world and accomplishes every single one of your aspirations. Don't let anyone hold you back, for you're the only one that can limit your success. And remember, it is up to you to make all the difference, to have people say honorable things about you, and to leave the impression that you never gave up on yourselves. Success is never an accident. It is a result of hard work, and your dreams will come true. Receiving our diplomas today is just one step in the right direction to succeed. It is up to you to continue down this path towards success and achieve all that you can. To the class of 2014, we made it. We made it through all the drama, the tests, the papers, the projects, the pressure of SATs, and college applications. So congratulations. Be proud of yourselves and remember all the friendships that you made throughout high school. But most importantly, don't let these 4 years be the best years of your life.
Thank you, Janya. And our final speaker is John O'Connor with a speech entitled Vivo.
Wow, this is a lot of people. Wow, my heart's pounding. I need to say thank you to a bunch of people here. Thank you to Dr. Carroll, Ms. Sayak, and Ms. Michael. Thank you to the school board and Dr. Constantino. Thank you not only to my parents, but to every parent here. It must have been hard putting up with us for 17 or 18 years. Trust me, I know these kids. Just kidding, they're great. And to my fellow graduates, congratulations. After 13 years of education, we're finally graduating. Most of all, I need to thank every teacher here. Thank you for not only teaching us the curriculum, but thank you for teaching us how to approach life. See, many times, our teachers aren't given enough credit for what they do. They change the world, one student at a time. After we're students here, we're going to go off into the world, and out there is where we're going to have our impact. See, everyone will have an impact because everyone has a life to live. Everyone has advice to give, just like these people. I'm afraid to ask for what I want because a part of me feels like I don't deserve it. A waitress. My stepdad keeps demanding my respect, yet he does not respect me at all. A boy playing basketball. Don't sweat petty stuff and don't pet sweaty stuff. A businessman. I wish I partied a little less. They say be true to yourself, but that is misleading. because there are two selves. There's your short-term self and your long-term self. And if you're only true to your short-term self, your long-term self slowly decays. A college graduate. All of those quotes were from different, everyday people. They weren't authors, philosophers, English majors. They're just people. These people were featured in a blog called The Humans of New York, which is just a blog detailing the Big Apple, one student at a time. The blog captures people's insecurities, their memories, their advice, their happiness, their beauty. There's so many things that go into being human, it's really hard to capture them all, but somehow this blog does that. And so many times I feel that we forget that. We forget that we are human. We forget that we are always growing and we're always learning. We forget that it's okay to make mistakes, because a mistake is not a mistake if you learn from it. This isn't our first time, well, this is our first time living. It's not like we've lived before. Often, we compare ourselves to the highest standard, to perfection. Then when we don't meet this unattainable goal, we blame ourselves and try to change ourselves to be perfect. But we're not. You see, we compare ourselves to models, sports figures, historical figures, people who have changed the world, and we feel that if we do not change the world like they did, then our impact will be meaningless. But we will never change the world like those before us have. Those people lived in a different time and in a different world. We live now, so stop trying to be Steve Jobs or a quarterback or Albert Einstein. Stop trying to be someone else. The world today does not need them. The world today needs us. See, we discredit ourselves. We forget that the world around us was built by people no better than us. We are all human. But not all of us will change the world. Some of us will fall down on our journey, and that is okay because it is fine not to be perfect. That is how we learn to captain our own ship. To end, I would like to read you my favorite poem. Two roads diverge in a just kidding. It is Invictus by William Ernest Henley, a poem that Nelson Mandela had when he was in prison. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit, from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbound. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how strait the gates, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fates. I am the captain of my soul. After this ceremony, go and captain your soul. Go live life, make mistakes, have fun, go and be the most beautiful, broken, happy, successful human ever. Go and be the very best like no one ever was. Go and be you, because the world doesn't need anyone else.
the senior class officers will present senior class memories. Please welcome President Chandler Matkins and his officers to the podium.
Freshman year, it was the beginning of our bittersweet four-year journey into high school. Before, we were the kings and queens of middle school. We were the biggest and the oldest, and nobody could touch us. Everything changed walking through those glass doors in 2009. We were suddenly back to being the smallest and the youngest. We were nervous coming in, we weren't sure what to expect or how to act. But as quoted by Eleanor Roosevelt, you gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face. You are able to say to yourself, I've lived through this horror, and I can take the next thing that comes along. You must do the thing you think you cannot do. After the first week of adjusting, making new friends, and figuring out what classes you want to stay in, all that was left was to finish out the year, making memories, getting good grades, joining sports and clubs. Freshman year was not only the beginning to some changes for people, but the beginning to some lifelong friendships and relationships. We were given the chance to become someone new, to socialize more, to be more distinct than we were in middle school. We matured, grew socially and academically, and began our journey towards becoming young adults with our minds wondering, what do I want to become in life?
This year we walked the halls as top dogs, leaders of the wolf pack, top of the food chain. But I can remember like it was just last week that we were fresh meat. Then at last, sophomore year hit and we were no longer the babies. We walked into school on the first day of sophomore year with so much confidence on our shoulders simply because we finally had someone to look down on who looked right back up at us. Sophomore year was the year we truly started to grow. We grew more independent each day as we learned to drive, got part-time jobs, and began looking into what we wanted to do with our futures. Sophomore year was the year we started to develop into the kinds of people we wanted to be. We lost strong friendships from previous years, only to gain new ones to last us up to this day and hopefully forever. As we walk out of those doors at the end of this bittersweet ceremony, everything is going to change. Our lives will never be as they were before. The people we have spent the past 12 years with will be scattered all over the country. Today marks the end of the beginning, and in all honesty, that's really scary. But we must always remember that when bad things come, they come out of nowhere, suddenly, without any warning. But we forget sometimes that that's how the good things come too.
Junior year. For most of us, the most difficult year of our high school careers. From the title of upperclassmen, to the hardest courses, to the SAT, the ACT, college searching, and the one thing that almost dealt the most of us our death blow. The Greatest Generation Project. A year filled with so many memories, the good and the bad, yet we persevered through them all. We found our true potential and truly began to prepare ourselves for what was in store senior year. We must overcome being regular for the chance to become extraordinary, which will lead you not to the mediocre, but to the greatest. And at the end of the second semester, we came, we saw, at times we conquered, and at times we limped away, but we always learned.
We came back from summer knowing we had an eventful year ahead of us. Excited about being seniors and finally being the top of Warhill's food chain. We knew it was our last year of high school and wanted to get to the finish line, but many obstacles stood between us and our ultimate goal of graduation. After conquering the dreaded SAT, most of us applied for college, filling out application after application after application, hoping we get to the school of our dreams. Some of us got our number one choice, while some of us were happy to simply get into college. Other students mapped out an alternative plan to pursue their own lifelong goals. Many seniors thought that the struggle was over and that the rest of the year would be easy. These seniors have already fallen victim to what is called senioritis. We fought back senioritis, keeping our eyes on the end of the year prize, exam exemptions. The true sign of the end of the year was senior week. Having fun with our classmates and friends, looking forward to graduation. We think of all of our high school memories and bonds we've made with our close friends. Memories and bonds that got us to where we are now and that will carry us further in life when faced with challenges and adversities. My parents always tell me graduation is a wonderful and significant accomplishment to be celebrated. However, this is not the end. This is just the foundation in which we begin the rest of our lives in pursuit of our dreams. When we step on this stage, we are hit with the reality that we are moving on to the next step in our lives. And as we grab our diplomas, the same phrase repeats in our heads. From the wise words of Kelly Watkins, we made it.
The past is a ghost, the future a dream, and all we ever have is now. You know who said that? Bill Cosby. We are no longer seniors in high school. That is in the past, a ghost in our existence. Our high school experience has come and gone, and all we do have is now. What this means is that we hold in our hands the responsibility to fulfill our dreams, to mold our future. This moment, graduation, is the fork in the road for many of us. It is where each of our paths diverge into different directions. Those of us heading to college, to the mountains that encompass JMU, Virginia Tech, Radford, UVA-Wise, and others. To the urban jungle that surround VCU, ODU, GMU, Hampton University, and others. There are some who intend to go out of state, and even farther. Mary. Some of us are staying in town, going to William & Mary and Thomas Nelson. Some of us are going straight into the workforce, acquiring careers and entering trade schools. Some of us have decided to serve our country, joining the military. No matter where we go, we must also remember where we come from, of course. Because though we will venture on to new places and see new faces, it is the old places and the old faces that will always remember you. Thank you.
The team will initiate the transfer of the senior class insignia to the class of 2015. Please welcome to the podium Miriam Busher, President-elect for the class of 2015.
The seniors in this class have achieved unbelievable things this year, both individually and as a whole. We are defined by our compassion and dedication, and this has led to such accomplishments as admission to some of the best colleges in the nation, offers to play sports at the collegiate level, and job opportunities right out of high school. It has made me proud to serve the graduation class of 2014, and I know you all will do remarkable things in the future. As outgoing president of the class of 2014, I hereby present the class of 2015 with the senior class insignia. This insignia represents high ideals of school leadership and spirit. On behalf of the graduating seniors today, we wish our new seniors happiness and success in your senior year at Warhill.
My name is Miriam Busher, and as incoming president of the class of 2015, I proudly accept the senior class insignia and the many traditions and responsibilities it represents. On behalf of the class of 2015, we celebrate your legacy and look forward to our own exciting senior year at Warhill.
Thank you, Chandler and Miriam. Thank you, Mr. Kopczynski and the Warhill Band. Today we celebrate all that you have accomplished as you explore Warhill and the world around you. Let us take a moment to recognize some of your accomplishments and what makes the Warhill High School class of 2014 unique. In this class there are 255 graduates, 209 students enrolled in post-secondary education, 148 advanced diplomas earned, 45 varsity athletes, 35 thespians, 26 WJCC Honors Band participants, 20 Williamsburg Community Foundation Scholarship winners, 9 rap video stars, 8 Mr. Warhill ballroom dancers, 5 Paint the Box artists, 2 Governor's School Research Symposium presenters, 2 4x100 and 4x400 relay state champions, and 1 stock car driver. Time for you to explore. Warhill High School will miss you. Congratulations, class of 2014.
It's now time to award the diplomas. Dr. Carroll, you certified that these seniors have met the requirements for graduation in the Commonwealth of Virginia.
Dr. Constantino, I certify that the seniors seated before us today have met the requirements for graduation in the Commonwealth of Virginia.
With that, then, by the powers vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia, I hereby certify you as graduates of the class of 2014.
Sheena Rajendra Patel. Chandler Bryant Magnus. Mary Charlotte Clayton-Kastenholz. Kalen Clifton. Danya Abdelnazer Hassan. John Patrick O'Connor. Anna Nicole Finley. Joshua Webster Dutra. Sarah G. Kim. Anthony Peter Formos. Carlos Lester Walker III. Michaela Dawn McCoy. Shelby Christina Breeze Riesenbeck.
Parents, families, Dr. Constantino, distinguished guests, and all invited guests. On behalf of the Superintendent of Schools and the faculty and staff of Warhill High School, I proudly present the graduating class of 2014. celebration today. We wish each of you health, happiness, and success. For the proud dads, have a very special Father's Day tomorrow. We invite you now to witness the procession of this arena. Please remain standing until all the graduates have left the hall. Have a safe and enjoyable summer.